to the latest trend, the skyrocketing prices for digital art sold as NFTs.
We're about to talk about NFTs. Another episode of New Rules Podcast. Hi, guys.
NFTs, or non-fungible tokens, they're taking over the art world.
It's non-fungible.
Who figured out?
Not fungible, bitch.
The Christie's auction for digital artist Beeple coming to a close a few moments ago. The final bid, $69 million.
It's non-fungible. Today's topic is relatively straightforward. You just came in here lit.
I'm lit.
Said you made some money off NFTs.
Yes, it was a good week. You know
what I'm saying? Your boy hasn't done that yet. So
For sure.
Let's just start with the basic definition of what an NFT is.
I got you. And at a fundamental level, let's just go ahead and put the disclaimer out there. We definitely want you to do your own research. This is just like a quick blurb on our understanding, and I'm still learning just like the next man. The acronym NFT, let's start with that, non-fungible token.
All right, yeah.
And we're going to focus on the non-fungible part to start, because what does fungible even mean, right? That's not a word that's like
what the f*** is that?
Like fungible, right? So if we could replace fungible with the word, it would be replaceable. So non-replaceable is what makes the uniqueness of an NFT, and we'll get to the T part, it stands for token. But before we get into the token part, let's define what a non-fungible thing is.
All right, so I got a question.
Okay.
Who came up with the term non-fungible instead of like replaceable?
Probably some nerd. You know what I'm saying?
It's non-fungible.
Who figured out?
Not fungible, bitch.
And
It's probably Mark Zuckerberg or something.
I mean, who will really be?
It's non-fungible.
We're gonna end up being the nerds when it's all said and done.
All right.
Or the people that didn't understand. Non-fungible means, not replaceable. So if you purchase an iPhone, it's brand new, and then they send it to you, and then you don't care like which number from the inventory it came from, as long as you have a working iPhone, right? Because there's millions and millions of iPhones. It's fungible if it's replaceable, right? It doesn't. You can break it, you can get a new one, right? Not a big deal. Not too much value. A non-fungible iPhone would be the one you own with your case, with your scratches, that you hold near and dear, that you have all these sentimental moments with, that, is your phone. And let's say you lose it, but you want that phone back. It becomes non-fungible to you because it's not replaceable. So let's use painting. That's probably a better example. The Mona Lisa is a one of one. That makes it a non-fungible item. Versus some artists will come out here and draw the same painting 10,000 times and sell them at art shows, to shops, or whatever. And they're still non-fungible for the fact that there's 10,000 of them, but the value decreases because there's more of them. Token, right? Let's move on to the word token. Token is just the technical word that, the internet and nerd gurus came up with to identify a piece of media. So what happens is a piece of media has encryption around it, and it's stored on the blockchain, right? Another, super crypto word, or super, what does that mean word, right? Blockchain. It's a big ledger system that is public systems and computers monitoring and verifying every single transaction. So when a token is registered, whether it's sold or whether it's created on a blockchain,
it's a ledger for it.
So blockchain was developed to say, what if we didn't need the bank's involvement? What if we can decentralize it? And the less we barter actual money, we barter like a cryptocurrency or a token or a gem.
So the blockchain is going to do all the ledgering and all the verification of it.
That same system can check for your $6 or 6 coins.
Yeah.
It doesn't even have to get to mine, because the public record, the public blockchain will verify that the transaction's good, because what will happen is it will stick out like a sore thumb if it's not. The computers will catch it and they'll send it back and say denied. Like, you don't have the $6. But once it sees that you do, that's all it cares about. It'll push it through. And then I can accept it, and we didn't have to worry about a bank. That's decentralized, that's DeFi bartering of a currency without trusting the bank to do it. That's why crypto's so big.
So tie that into the NFT.
So tie it into NFT, right? Yeah. So NFT, a token, right? So if there's a transaction that lands on the blockchain and somebody takes ownership of it, like a media file or a picture or a one-of-one audio clip. So a lot of times we like over-exaggerate, but like over-complicate what an NFT actually is. It's just a media file, right? With encryption around it that protects it as a one-of-one. So if I sell a JPEG that has encryption around it that can identify it as one of 1,000 or one of 5 or one of 1, and then we barter for it, and then the blockchain validates like this is real, Carell had the money for it, or you had the media to send. The blockchain has recorded the whole transaction, so we can never go back, and we can always go back and see.
And
like,
just look
really
at it. That's why you can always look up stuff like on the blockchain.
Exactly.
I'll be seeing like, okay,
it'll verify that it actually happened. Like this is the first time we can there's a public record of what actually happened. So there's a bunch of rich people.
And everybody can look it up. Whereas before, like with the banking
with the bank, you
system,
don't
like
know.
rich dude could flip and move someone around. Nobody would know. Now you're like, oh, so and so is doing something shady. Oh, I'm gonna just go look at the blockchain and verify the transaction.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, yeah. You send dude Mac Ethereum to promote this this meme coin, but we get into a whole nother different subject. So let's
That's a fundamental level of it. Like, I think there's enough there to.
I mean, it's super interesting.
The NFTs that I purchased, there were only 4,000 made. We're talking about the Ghostbuster example, right?
Yeah.
So I bought a State Puff NFT just because I had downloaded the Vive app. It was in beta version. It was one of the only ones available. I just was like, oh, that State Puff looks cool. Let me buy it. 5 months later, unbeknownst to me, they remake Ghostbusters. The movie comes out, and there's kind of this craze behind State Puff now, right?
Uh-huh.
And I go look at the value on the app, and the same one that I paid $26 for is listed for $1,200, $1,900.
Really?
People are asking for $9,000. Now, there's a market floor price, which I probably won't get that much. But the fact that of the 4,000 out there, there's people who believe they can get that much. Because the value is whatever someone's willing to pay for, just like art, right?
Yeah.
And the skeptics will say, why would I pay for a piece of media that I can see for free? But here's the difference. Mine is registered on the blockchain as an authentic token. The one I own is authentic. And what does that mean to you and I? Maybe not much right now, but 20 years from now, people are going to be selling these JPEGs and these tokens, and it's already happening now. There's all kind of markets that people are flipping NFTs and creating new ones, but that's basically what you see now with this craze is companies are finding ways to make only a certain amount of media and then make it exclusive enough that people feel good when they own it, right? So songs are being minted and printed as NFTs. Pictures are being minted and printed as NFTs. This hoodie, I could take a picture of it, upload it to the blockchain, and it could be like, there's only one McKinley sitting in a Fear of God hoodie in Carell's basement, shooting podcast episode number whatever, that exists. There's only one picture like that, and it's registered on the blockchain, and someone owns it, and if I want to sell it to you, we can exchange some kind of cryptocurrency or some kind of token for it, and there will be proof of that transaction in the decentralized blockchain. Okay. So we no longer trust the banks to barter what we're trading. We're trusting this giant computer system that's been built that has this ledger that can tell us where every single transaction with that NFT is happening.
Here's a question. Is an NFT like a base, like how you collect baseball cards? And so, like, let's say, like, you get like a Tom Brady baseball card. Now, you know, I'm a Redskin fan. I'm from here. So Mark Ripken, right? Okay. I'm showing my age. And if he signs that one card, like let's say like it's a minted card from the baseball factory, and he signs that one card. That is a one of one and is verified with his signature. Exactly. And that can go up in value because there's a market for people who like Redskin cards, or I guess we go with the Washington football team now, but they like those cards, and that's what the value is. So the value is in the market for that specific NFT or that specific piece of collector's item. Exactly. If people are willing to pay for it.
One of the leading organizations that's pioneering, making this big is the NBA, because they have these Top Shot NFTs. So right now there's hundreds of Top Shots, probably hundreds of thousands. I don't know the exact number, but there's thousands of Top Shots being sold as NFTs. And what they are exclusive clips of moments in games that happen. So let me use your Tom Brady example just as one. The moment that Tom Brady threw the game-winning touchdown pass against whichever one of his 7, championships.
The man's a winner.
That moment can be filmed in a media clip with encrypted, code around it and protected to say, like, I own this clip. If they only make 10,000 of those clips, now you got to go to one of those 10,000 people to use that clip in your new documentary. And because the person who originally made it always gets a residual payout, the early owners always get paid out because it's tracked in the ledger, the initial value and how much it was worth.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a residual component to it.
Yeah, there's a residual component. So
interesting.
Like, if you buy, and we talked about like the physical art kind of comparison that you can make, where you buy a piece from a local artist at a show for a few $100. They're happy they get to pay their rent. You're happy you got a nice painting to hang up in your wall. That same piece, when you take it to some show in Europe, goes for $5,000 because now this artist has gone on to do great things and their work is recognized. But hey, they only made one of those, the ones you have. Then that piece gets sold at another art show and then gets displayed at Art Basel. And Pharrell walks past it and likes it. Now he wants it in the nice hotel. He decides he's going to pay $600,000 for it. Traditionally, the artists will kind of get because
Yeah, of course.
they sold their initial piece for $300 and they don't own it anymore, right?
Yeah, you don't own it.
In the NFT sale, to use that same comparison, the artist who sold it for $300 gets a payout when it sells for $5,000 because there's
That's
a
dope.
certain percentage that goes to the person that sold
That's
it.
dope.
There's a certain percentage that goes to, you know, the blockchain for whatever fees, whoever did the brokerages, and then there's a certain percentage that goes to the initial owner. So everyone's getting paid as the value goes up. So as NFTs become bigger, you know, there's different blockchains. Right now, the biggest blockchain for trading NFTs is Ethereum, which, you know, we know all about, which is almost like having multiple streams of investments by just buying one because you can flip it. You can make long-term residual money from it continuing to sell. The fact that it's being traded in Ethereum, which just happens to go up as a cryptocurrency in the market, that's going to do what it does. So it's almost like your money's making money 4 different ways just by owning the hottest NFT. What's the flip side of that? You're making everything sound so great. There's going to be a lot of scammy NFTs, a lot of things that are worth nothing.
don't work.
People paying for screenshots that are being sold as NFT because they're not really registered on the blockchains. There will be a bootleg market for NFTs. There will be overinflated NFTs. There will be media that's just a screenshot sold as an NFT because it's a fake. But if it's not verified on the ledger, you can find that out. Now, are some people going to get duped? Yeah, of course. There's always going to be that element of the unknown, the uncertainty, some people not making money, some people, you know, getting tricked out of real value. But what's going to last is the technology that allows us to do it. With every major like shift, like when the internet first started booming in the 2000s, then the dot-com bubble kind of bust.
Yeah.
And a lot of companies like went under, but a lot were here to stay, right? And reshape the way
We do things
business
today.
today. So what I think is going to happen is a lot of NFTs are going to bust. A lot of cryptos are going to fail. A lot of the strongest blockchains won't be around, but the technology will be. And it's
Oh,
gonna
the
change
technology's
way
going to be
we live
huge.
forever.
The technology's gonna be
Some of
crazy.
these non-fungible tokens that are legit, unique items of media or any kind of form of file are going to go on to be valuable because they'll be
I
verified
got
on
it.
the blockchain
Yeah.
as the one-on-one.
Yeah, something's going to come out of this.
At a basic fundamental level, NFT is a non-fungible token. It can't be replaced. It's a piece of media. It's on the decentralized
That's it.
blockchain, and it can be sold for, you know, a good amount of money, which is what you see happening in the market right now.
I was going to ask you the takeaways, but you just knocked it out.
So, of course, you know, if you like content like this, definitely subscribe, hit the button. We're going to hit you with a lot of...
Damn, man, I didn't know you was like
I'm
deep
into it
like
now.
that,
See,
my
we
nigga.
didn't even
Like,
get to what we're going to get
Hey,
to. I'm about to
we
show you
will.
why I have some hype today.
We
And
will,
think
but I
we're
was
talking
like,
about
yo.
NFTs because we up,
Yo.
it's up, and, you know,
Like-
we're
like
getting
low-key-
X's on our purchases, and it's an exciting time. So, let's go, goddammit. New Rules Podcast. Subscribe, like, check us out. We're going to hit you with this every day.
That's all I got.